Hi and welcome to Dressage and Lightness Online. I'm Leanne Williams and this is a little Andalusian mare. She's 15 too and 5 years old, come to Avoca Park for some training. Her owner sent her to Avoca Park because she is very green and is a little concerned that she is learning some bad habits. And so she's here for a month to 6 weeks for us to give her some of her initial training and teach her how to have good posture and to start her movement in locomotion for the riding phase. So she's done a little bit of work, she's been broken in, but other than that she's done not much at all. So she's quite green. This is her first day in the indoor, and you know, short of there being a few things going on around here this morning, she's reasonably relaxed. She's a bit chatty with the other horses that she's been with in the yard, but other than that, she holds part quite well, and she actually stands in a very balanced manner. So with the Andalusians, what we find as a tendency is that they have disposition to shorten their necks up and get quite fast with their legs. So our job is to teach them to lengthen the neck and lift the core muscles, which obviously will give us access to that flexion of the pelvis and the longer stride. They, from a genetic perspective, will naturally have a little shorter stride, but have a lot of expression and energy in the work that they do. So we want to keep all of that while we get her to lengthen that neck and stretch her body. So the first exercise that we're going to teach her is actually about the cavesson. So today is day one with a cavesson on, and she's never had one on before. So when we do the fitting of the cavesson, it fits as bridle fits with a headpiece and a brow band and a throat lash, cheek pieces. We have a metal piece that goes over the nose, and we have a buckle behind the chin. So this metal piece is generally very foreign to the horses. So our first part of the education process is to get them not to be defensive towards the cavesson or towards this metal piece that goes over the nose. There's one single ring on the front, and I clip a lead rope to that for the initial training. So the first response that I'm looking for from her is that when I put a very small amount of pressure, and I mean an open palm, a small amount of pressure in a forward direction, so forward towards me, forward for her, that she can start to relax the neck. I want that to be able to happen without it having an impact on her legs. Now at the moment now she's pulling away from me down there, so I haven't asked for that stretch. I'm getting a little bit of mobility of the jaw. Now she's going to check all her boundaries and see at what point she can get rid of the pressure. Now this is not about getting rid of the pressure, but because the pressure is not causing discomfort or pain, but allowing us access to move her body around. I'm going to ask her to move back a little bit. So I've done no work with the whip yet, and I don't want her to run over the top of me, so we're just going to step her back with the whip so I see where her responses are. Good girl, very good, good. And once again we go back to the first lesson, which is to be able to lengthen her neck. Yes, I know, it's difficult. Lengthen her neck, no. And you can see she wants to curl and overflex through the pole and overflex, close the gullet up. That's not what we want. We want to develop a long, yes, good, lengthen the neck, good. So she stands naturally very square. What we want to see with the horses as their progress develops is that they have their front legs in a straight line, 90 degrees to the ground. So if I pop a whip here, it's just a little bit of pressure. If I put a whip from the middle of her shoulder here, I would like it to go down the middle of her forearm, middle of her knee, middle of her cannon bone, middle of her fetlock, back of her coronet band. Good. And we're going to ask it again to stretch that neck. Good. So I didn't get, no, I'm not getting the stretch. That's fine, she's a little distracted. This is all part of this young horse, green horse concentration span. So she has to just accept the fact, I'm going to start with my right hand, accept the fact I let her move around at this stage. I'm not going to over move her or under move her. I'm just going to move her, but my job is to keep her head and neck in front of her shoulders, dead in front of her chest, between her shoulders. Good. And I'm still quietly asking for the response that I'd like, which is for her to lengthen her neck. Good girl. Remembering that I'm still educating her to the good girl, to the pressure of the cavesson. And the immediate reward that she gets from giving me the response of the lengthening of the neck is for me to take that pressure off straight away. So it's a pressure release response. Small amount of pressure, release straight away when I get that response. Now I know from studies that have been done and from the work that we've done here over the years that if we can get the horses to release and lower their pole, lower than their wither, we get to release the happy endorphins, the relaxed endorphins. I'm still staying here as she wiggles her legs around the head. Yeah, if she wants to have it in a higher position, that's okay, but I would like the head and neck, good girl, the head and neck to stay dead in front of her shoulders. Yes, well done. And my first exercise is that I can lower the neck and have relaxed legs. Good. And we're going to wait. And I keep telling her she's okay. And open palm, small amount of pressure, lengthen the neck. Good girl. Good. I'd like a little bit more. I'm going to get a little greedy here. Yes. Very good girl. There's my first deep breath. So I'm looking for her to take a deep breath. I keep my breath very long and slow. And as she starts to understand, well, good, you can see her shift her balance forward as her neck comes lower there. If that continues to happen, then she has to move her legs, otherwise she'll fall over. So this is the main objective of this exercise, is that we can lengthen the neck and it doesn't impact on her legs at all. Good. Good. Once again, when she gets a little busy with her legs, I just keep her head and neck in front of her body. Good. And asking for what I would like, which is for her. Good girl. Very good girl. No closing of the pole. She's very quick to close that gullet up. That's not what we want. From a riding perspective, if she does that to me, she'll get in behind the bit and we have very little control. That doesn't make us feel safe. So we want the neck to be long. Good. And the neck to be long. Yeah, if she moves her legs, I just follow her. I want her to think about, I'm going to change hands, I would like her to think that the anxiety is to no avail. So I would like her to control her anxiety. Good girl. And lengthen the neck. Good. Then once again, I would like her to lengthen her neck. Good. Good. There's a better neck. Well done. Well done. Good girl. Yeah, and then stay relaxed as she does that. Super. We're going to ask for a little bit more. Fantastic. Very good girl. There's the mobility of the jaw, so she's showing me a little bit of acceptance to the work that she does. Good. And you can see her tip forward, so I just help her rebalance a little bit there. Good. Nope, there she tipped forward again with the small amount of pressure. Open palm, small amount of pressure, small amount of movement, so I help her balance herself again back over her forelegs, and then I lengthen. Good. And then I lengthen. Her first response is to still shorten these muscles here. This is the brachiocephalic muscle here, but I'm looking for this to be nice and long. Good. And head and neck in front of the shoulders. Good. And lengthen. No, she fell forward and then she shortened her neck. No, she fell forward. So I just make little corrections now. She's starting to settle and think, yes, good girl. Now she's starting to settle and think about what I'm asking her. I can be a little quicker. The pressure is no stronger. It's still exactly the same. Well done, sweets. Very well done. Now, good, there's another breath. My next job now is to say, can I come back up again and not impact on her legs? Good. Want the balance to stay the same. Then I'd like her to come back down. Open palm. Nope. Head and neck in front of her shoulders. Good. And length. Nope. You saw her come forward again, so I just shift the balance back. Good. There's the breathing. Head and neck in front of it. Oh, good girl. Then she fell. So it's really important that as she does the neck extension, we don't have an impact. Yes, good. That she learns how to balance herself. Good. And then we come back up again. Good. And then we come back down again. Into the stretch. Nose in front of the vertical. Well done. Then we come back up again. Good. So now I'm giving her some things to think about. Her ears are a little bit pricked, but she's staying with me. You saw her bring her hind legs under. Behind, as those hind legs, as that neck lengthens, we get to stretch the top line. Guess what it does to the hind legs? Good girl. It brings them under. Good. And then we stretch. Well done. Good. Good. You can have a little look from behind. Good. And we stretch. No. She gets a bit busy again. I just control the right shoulder. Head and neck in front of her body. Good. Control the right shoulder. Head and neck in front of her body. Control, still say open palm. Don't get strong here. She can throw me around a little bit. I just stay the same. She doesn't get to a scar. Good. And head and neck. Good. Stretch her again. Steady. Stretch her. Yes. Good girl. I know. She's got to realise that we don't go away. Good. Very good. You're doing okay. Good. We just rub her head every time we get the reach. And stretch. Well done. Well done. A little patience exercise. Hear that breath? Well done, girl. Good girl. Ears go all floppy. Good. And we get the stretch again without the curling. So that's going to be my main objective, is that I can get this stretch. Good. Can see her from behind. This is where we get to make the diagnosis for the asymmetry and where we're going to work. Yes. Good. Good. Yeah, she's got to let all of that out. No. Good. I still let her move a little bit because, yeah, I don't want to shut her down. I just want her to control herself. Great. Very good. Very good. And, well done. That was a lovely soft stretch. Good. Come up a little bit again. Good. Come down a little bit again. There's the breathing. She starts to accept that I'm not going away, but nothing different's going to happen apart from today. So we ask for the same lesson over and over again. Good. Now I'm going to add in a little bit of left bend. Good. Once again, I don't want the left bend to impact on her body. Good. Then straight. And then right bend. Well done. And then straight. Good. And then stretch. Her choice to come back up then. And then, no, we had an impact on her legs, so she contracted her muscles. We want her muscles to stay loose and long. Good. I'm going to ignore the pouring. The pouring will go away as she does, as she cares less about all the other stuff that's going on here. You remember, this is day 1. Good. If that's the worst she does, we're very happy. Good. And the bend left. Great. And the bend right. Super. Super. And the stretch. Good. And the bend left. Champion. Good girl. And we'll come back up again. Independent head and neck of her core, of her body. Good girl. Good girl. And the bend to the right in a high position. We get a little head tilt there, so we'll address that later. I just tick things off in my mind and go, okay, so we have a little head tilt, which is quite normal when you go to the right if with a left bend horse. Good. So then the stretch again. Well done. I don't want her coming at me, so I'll just say Good. Then the stretch again. Well done. I'm going to ask her to balance a little. Excellent. And the stretch again. Yep, she shortened herself. Ah, good girl. Well done. And the bend. There we go. And the bend. Good. She actually holds her balance very well in the bending. Andalusians are traditionally very supple horses, so good. That's a good point to note, that she's not finding a little difficulty in that, but she is finding a little difficulty in the stretch. I don't want her to move her legs. I'm going to sit her back a little bit, and now, she's got. Good, you can see she pricked her ears, shortened her neck to look. Good, and I need to be able to go, yep, there we go, without her moving. Good, and the rebalance. Good. And the lengthened, yeah, good. Very good, very good. So we're going to walk her forward a little bit. And I'm very happy for this to be a session. So it's a first session on how to relax, and it's a first session on the education to the cavesson, how to respond. Let's do that again. It's a session on how to respond to the cavesson. Good, we want to see that she can lengthen. Good girl. And each day we'll build on this, and over the next 3 days she will find it very, very easy to stretch her body, good, and relax her mind, and be able to move forward into the work for her education. Thank you.